Hey guys, okay, so it's April 20th, which means it's the start of a new week. I don't have very much left on my list. I read it out to you at the end of last week's video, so I'm not going to read it again. I know I'm starting with the two cats this week. They are by Ojinko Wizanani. I need a fun color cat and then a regular color cat. I think for the regular color cat, I'm going to do like a gray and white situation. Just not certain how that's going to work out just yet. But yeah, I think that's what I'm going to go with. And for the other one, I don't know, I'll probably just pick a variegated yarn. After the cats, I think I'm going to start with some of the smaller stuff, so like the tiny axolotls, mini axolotls, whatever it is I'm calling them, I'm not certain. And then the mini stuff that I have, just to go ahead and get as much of this list banged out as possible. I do know that I'm not going to be able to get the Hatching Mermaid done with everything else this week. Unfortunately, that's just something that's going to take me a couple of days, so that will have to be pushed till next week. And with my other market coming up so fast, I really just need to get going on this stuff, because I'd really like to not have any more. By the time my market comes, I'd really love to have finished all of my regular restock items. I hope that makes sense. So all of the like non-Christmas, winter, holiday, fall, Halloween, all of that stuff I want to have done. So this week I'm going to focus so hard on getting, like I said, the two cats. Those are two pretty big projects. They're not like big, but they will take probably a day each. And then I want to focus on getting the smaller stuff done, so like the football, the axolotls, and then the mini stuff. That's where I'm heading right now. So yeah, we're going to get off here, get to the couch, and get to crocheting. Okay guys, it's Wednesday, which means it's time for the midweek update. So first things first, I said I was going to make a gray and white cat. I did not make the gray and white cat quite like I was planning. I was planning on doing color changes, and this is a pattern by Odinko Izanani. I was planning on doing color changes in like the face area. I decided not to do that, but it still came out cute. Got a white arm, a white tail, and a little white ear. So that's one cat done. Then I needed a fun color cat, so I used this yarn and it came out really fun. And I was able to use these like oranges gold eyes, so that was fun as well, because I have a lot of those because I just don't ever seem to make something that needs small enough eyes for that color. But this is the color from Hobby Lobby. I love this yarn. The struggle is teal, so there's that. So that was my two cats made. I needed those. Odinko Izanani, I'll have it linked. Then I needed a brown and white football. Got it done. So this is a pattern by Stringy Ding Ding. And yeah, simple, easy, brown and white football done. Now, I had said that I was going to leave the Hatching Mermaid for next week. I still have 2 days. And if I go ahead and get it done, then all of my big stuff on my regular restock list is done. Out of the way until I have my market, which is coming up not this weekend, but next weekend. And I can just focus on some of the smaller stuff and maybe even get started on some of the like winter, Halloween-y type. That's the type of stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and do the Hatching Mermaid. This is a paid pattern by Katie Did. I don't know if she still has it available for purchase. Some of her patterns are not, it would seem, but I'll look. If it is, I will link it, obviously. So I've already picked out the color for the tail. I have yet to pick out the color for like the skin and the hair and all that, but I went in there and this color was just calling to me. It is a Red Heart Granny Square all-in-one yarn, and it's the soft white pink punch. So it's got like the white, yeah, obviously. It's got a light blue, a light purple, like medium-ish pink, and then a darker magenta-y pink was what I'd call it. It's almost bordering on red, but I don't really think it is red. I think it's just like a really, really dark pink. So I really think that this color would be so cute as a mermaid tail. And I'm just going to pull like probably a blue for the hair, maybe like a purple for the skin, something like that. Just something to tie along with that, and that's what we're going to be working on today. I also have to find a button for the outside of the egg. So yeah, but that's what I'm working on today. So I've got my color. I just got to finish pulling my colors, find the pattern, and get started. So we're going to get off here and get to crocheting. Hey guys, okay, so it's actually the next Monday. I did not get to record Friday, so yeah. But we have our 2 cats. This is 1, this is 2, this is a pattern by Odinka Wizanani. So that will be linked, all patterns will be linked. We have the football that I needed. That is a pattern by Stringy Ding Ding. And you had already seen that stuff, so yeah. And then I have the mermaid. And I had showed you the color of the mermaid tail. Well, I ended up finding this like really nice blue. And I'm not certain which, I think this is Big Twist Value, but I'm not certain the color or anything, so I'm not even going to try and say, oh, it was I have no idea. But yeah, and I had this pretty pink flowery button to do. And then I did find a nice purple, which kind of blended a little bit too much for where my yarn started. So, but yeah, here is the mermaid. And I did use a bigger hook for the egg this time, and I'll have to show you, because last time the egg was definitely a little small. This time I did use bigger hook. I did not use quite as big of a hook as maybe I should have, just because of the fact that I did start out with a 5mm since I was making the mermaid in a 4mm. I did start out with 5, but it was leaving too many holes and gaps, and I did not like that. So I did, she fits in there. You can still see a little bit, but I could either add just a couple more rows to one of these sides, or, well, no, that would probably be, but I'm content with that. She looks so super cute though. The purple and the blue really matched well with the yarn, and that yarn, I know I said it, it was one of those Red Heart all-in-one granny square yarns, so yeah, it worked really, really good. I was able to find 2 yarns that complemented it so well, and I'm super pleased with that. But this week, I've got to get going because it's going to be my market this weekend, so we're going to end this right here. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed. If you have, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of my other videos, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye, everyone.